What's up everyone? Welcome to Crypto Maximalist. Before we begin, make sure to hit the like and subscribe and then hit the real subscribe button, which is the bell icon. We're posting 4 videos every day, so make sure to check back every single day. We've just hit 20k subscribers, so thank you all so much. Let's get to 30k and get a deal in the description if you haven't already. Plenty of free crypto and goodies down there. This is not financial advice. Welcome to Crypto Maximalist. Let's begin. What's up guys, so just before we begin, make sure to hit the subscribe and the bell icon. People aren't seeing our content and this is probably because you haven't hit the bell icon. Thank you again for all your support. The algorithm is slamming a lot of content creators right now, so we really appreciate all your support. And we're so proud of the amazing community that we built, so make sure to jump into the Telegram and the free Discord. So we're just taking a look at Luna here and it looks like it's performing very well, isn't it? You can see here we're already back pretty much up to all-time highs here. If I just outline this kind of, the top of this candle here, you can get an idea of exactly, just how strong Luna has actually been over the past, basically the entire bull run. I mean, we were down here, in November, December last year? Essentially, year over year, we've had, ridiculous gains. Let's just take a look at the price we were at. What's the date today? The 19th. So the 19th, I mean, we were essentially we're at 50, let's just say 50 cents. To make things interesting, you can see we're up an incredible almost 15,000% there. Absolutely ridiculous price action. I mean, it's just a crazy amount of multiples, isn't it? All the way from around 50 cents to $75. What is it? 10x is $5, 100x $50, so like 150x on your money in just a space of a year, really. And to be honest, Luna, considering how strong it's looking, it doesn't look like it's got any signs of slowing down, really, has it? You can see this macro uptrend, massive parabolic move, big correction with the market, and now we are just grinding our way to the upside again, making new all-time highs pretty much all the time at the minute. Because of a lot of the things that we mentioned yesterday, obviously, Luna gets burned every time that UST is printed, and UST is becoming a very popular and widely used stablecoin. Every time people mint UST, Luna is actually burned in that transaction, which is obviously bullish for Luna, constantly reducing the supply, which is making it more scarce and therefore more valuable, as a lot of people know in cryptocurrency. Also, you can actually borrow against your Luna on Anchor, which is also an incredible feature. And when you borrow against your Luna, you essentially lock it up, take it out of the circulating supply, and you can mint UST as a result of borrowing against that. So obviously, a lot of Luna getting locked away and also burnt in all these transactions, and with Luna obviously growing in popularity, obviously got a very nice pedigree. You can ensure you can actually insure your borrowed money as well. So there's obviously a lot of infrastructure in their network, and with it now the Terra chain obviously expanding, you've got actual AMMs on there as well now. So once we get proper dexes and infrastructure on this chain, we could easily see Luna, in our opinion, 100, 200, maybe even beyond that in terms of dollar value, just because of the sheer amount of demand there is going to be for Luna. And with their ecosystem fleshing out over the next, year or so, you've seen what's happened with Avalanche and Solana. They've absolutely exploded with the TVL on their networks getting, just growing exponentially, a huge demand for the token. And you can see this is reflected in the price. You can see clearly on the chart here. Basically, ever since we bottomed out here, I mean, all the way down at less than $4 down here in that massive crash in May. Absolutely ridiculous. And you can see since then just how much Luna has actually grown and matured as an asset. Because you can see here throughout November, we barely had a drop, really, did we? We came down from around $54 down to around $38. But nothing like the crash that we saw here. You can see in the space of a few days, we actually were down around 70-ish% for Luna. Whereas in this drop, we're only down like 30 or so percent with the bearishness that we did see in the market. And a lot of cryptos, they haven't even recovered yet, have they, to this previous all-time high they made all the way back in March, April, May, before that big crash that we saw. And you can see Luna, I mean, it's 2x its all-time high from that time, actually more like 4x. 3x, 3x, almost 4x. $22 almost up to, that $80 level, which would be, close to that 4x. You can see the all-time high was essentially almost $80 here. So you can really see how much, the demand has grown for Luna and it has matured. I think it's into the top 10 now as well. So, or at least it's very close to the top 10. I think I might be thinking of Avalanche actually, but You can see very clearly, this is a top quality asset. It has been growing very, very nicely, just a steady up and to the right, constant, uptrend that we have seen for Luna. And, considering how much Luna is getting burned and how much is getting locked away with the circulating supply just decreasing all the time, with the demand also increasing for this asset and the ecosystem that it is fleshing out, you're probably going to be seeing a lot of this, to be honest, in our opinion, from what we can tell. And you can see just how well it's actually stood up to the market fluctuations that we've seen recently. As we said, really wasn't that bothered about that correction that we saw in November. And obviously Bitcoin is still doing something like this, where it had a big crash and it's kind of trending downwards like this. But Luna, it just went up in the face of all this and made all-time highs. So that really does show the the demand for Luna right now. And you can see it's trading very technically, looking really, really good. Come back down on the recent swing that Bitcoin had to the downside on the 4th, I believe it was. You can see on the 4th here, we had this big candle to the downside, all the way down to around $50, found support perfectly. On the hourly chart, you'll be able to see this bear. Obviously, we're in a steady uptrend like this. Bitcoin shit itself on the 4th, it come all the way down to $50-ish, found very strong support on that previous swing high, all-time high area. Come back down, retest support, made a new all-time high, tried to, continue to the upside here, but had a little bit of a rollover, obviously with the market looking bearish. We come back down again to retest that support at the previous all-time high, basically doing something like this, and now heading back up again in another nice uptrend to the upside, basically heading back towards that all-time high. Having a little bit of resistance here on this swing high area at $74, but overall Luna, a top quality project, looking really strong in our opinion. Technicals looking amazing, fundamentals looking very bullish as well. So we can take a look at some short-term price predictions. I just accidentally opened up my windows there. If we roll over here, we got the 161 down at around $66 as support again. You can see it was resistance here. We'd like to see that being flipped into support and then getting continuation. I think in yesterday's video I said basically we were touching this and we wanted to see it, getting broken, retested as support for continuation. And we could be looking at that from what we can tell. Obviously, if we rolled over further in the market, we'd probably come back down to that previous swing high again at $54. But in all likelihood, from what we're seeing with Luna right now, we could be looking at heading up towards that all-time high at $78 and beyond fairly soon. And if we just draw a little fib of this recent move here, we can get an idea of some immediate price targets we could be looking for. As you can see, that 127 extension at around $89 would be a decent target there. We've also got the 141 at 95, and there is a very strong $100 target we're looking for in the short term if we do break this all-time high, because that would essentially be that big round number everyone's looking for probably taking profits. So Luna looking really strong. As we said, long term we do think $100, $200, maybe even $300 over the next year, not unlikely whatsoever. Maybe even higher depending on how parabolic this move does get. But for now we can only imagine really Luna with the sheer demand that we're seeing for this token and how well it's performing. It's probably just going to continue to grind to the upside, making new all-time highs over the next month or so. I'd like to thank everyone so much for their support. If you've got any questions or suggestions, please leave them down below, and don't forget to subscribe and then hit the real subscribe button, which is the bell icon, to stay up to date with 4 videos we post every single day. Remember, if you want to support the channel more directly and get a ton of benefits and insight, as well as joining our growing community, consider the Patreon or YouTube membership down below. There are 3 tiers giving you access to our private Discord. Crypto Supporter is available if you just want to help us out a small amount. Crypto Maximalist is our main tier, which gives you access to detailed daily technical analysis and signals, weekly and monthly coin calls, and insights into our personal moves, while Maximalist Gold takes it a step further, giving you an insight into our personal portfolio tracker, super low cap gem research, and a 100x portfolio we're constructing and updating, and access to us personally as a resource to discuss your portfolio via Messenger. Make sure to check it out. You can also sign up to our free Telegram and public Discord via the description as well. All the links are in the description for affiliate links for discounts and free crypto, so go check them all out below. There's plenty of goodness on offer. Please like and subscribe. We are Crypto Maximalists.